Back another episode of Turn Up the Mic.
Did you lower your voice right
I'm
there?
Chris. Um, to my right, I got Roy.
Yeah, what's up? How's one doing?
Yeah. Um, yeah, man. How's everything going for you?
Good, man. It's been a rainy week, but everything's good.
I don't know why every time we have an intro, it's awkward. I'm like, so
Yes. Because you
how's it
always
going?
change your voice. You
How,
either
how,
raise your voice, lower your tone.
so
Like, I
so
don't know
how
which.
how you doing?
Have you heard your outro?
Nah,
Like, this is turn up the mic. Thank you.
I gotta gonna
You
come in.
fucking whisper.
But yeah, I was just talking about Jokic. There's some highlights going on right now. I was talking about how ugly his turnaround is. You said it's because he's tall, but it looks like he's traveling. It's one of
He's shooting off before that step.
it's like one of those James Harden shots he used to do.
That everyone said it was a travel.
Yeah, it's like dang,
You
it's
mean when those
wild.
NBA announcers break down step by step?
Yeah, got to count it. Do you think he's in the running for MVP?
Yeah. I mean, when you say in the run, you mean
Do you
top
think he's
five,
number
right?
one for MVP?
Nah, I like James Harden right now, even though
One,
he's hurt.
and then do you count the beginning of the year when he was with Houston?
Yeah, but I mean, I look forward to see how they're ending the season. If they give me enough, if they played enough strong basketball, and I think James Harden has.
To beat Jokic, who's been
Yeah,
doing it the entire season?
yeah,
Huh, that's wild. Okay, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got new music. We
yep.
got some spots. We got some Vice news as far as like a McDonald's conspiracy. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff on the show today.
Man, you're bringing up uh that old word spots. It's been a minute since you've used that.
Spots. Yeah, yeah, OG. Anyway, so DJ Khaled dropped his new album. It's called Khaled. At first, I thought it was a lazy title, but then he has two kids. I didn't know he had two kids. I thought he had one.
Yeah, he has to.
When this little guy come from? Like I don't remember seeing any snaps about this, but he has two kids on there. His last name is Khaled, so I
Hmm.
guess that's why it's called Khaled. I would think it's Khaled because there's three Khaleds on the album cover,
Yeah, but he's not worried about himself. He's worried about his kids.
which makes sense. What was cool about this project, he gave executive producing credits to both of his kids.
Yep.
That was funny. I've never seen that before.
What do you mean? Nas did that with Stillmatic in the '90s.
He gave that to his kid.
Yeah, his daughter.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I saw Gucci Man. He has a new album coming out. He's
Yeah.
giving writing credits to his kid. So I think
Nas is the first one that I know of that did it. He did it
yeah,
on a Stillmatic.
okay. I think that's pretty cool. Look back,
Yeah.
get some paper. Like, do you pay him?
Nas talked about
um,
it one time because she was only 7 when he did it. He said something about it. It's just he had set up just to go into like a trust and because who knows, it can be a little bit or not. It just depends on how much is streamed and played.
yeah.
So, but it just goes into a fund for her.
So she had like a bank account at 7.
Pretty sure all them rich kids got a trust fund somewhere.
Yeah, but yeah. What do you think about the project?
It's probably his worst project in a long time. It just felt
Huh?
like a group of songs together. There were some good songs on it, but like as of collection, as to be part of an album,
Yeah.
I didn't like the flow of it. Um, I don't know, it just felt like a group of songs together.
His worst project yet.
No, I said in a long time. I don't remember his earlier projects that well to say this was better or worse, but it easily was last like I don't even know how many projects he have, but he has like the last 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I remember well.
So if we're going off of projects, Grateful. Let's see here to the max. So I'm grateful.
You got to give
Nobody.
me like covers. Which one had like his son on the cover, like in a
He
pool or
had
something?
two. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Grateful. So Grateful was on. Honestly, a lot of his projects aren't good.
Mm.
Father of a Side. That
Which one was the one? The Father Side, was that the one with Rihanna and they did that like Carlos Santana kind of cover?
where he was dancing. That was the
I'm
funniest.
talking
Like
about like the song, but
I don't see it on here, so it was probably Father. It was probably Grateful.
okay.
But yeah, a lot of his albums for me they haven't been good. He always has some standouts, and the rest are just they're misses for me.
Yeah. If
This
honestly, it seems like I guess to live up to his name like a DJ, he just putting stuff together. Doesn't have a flow. You know what I mean?
yeah
Like it's not an with being so many features and him not actually doing any talking or rapping,
Yeah.
he can't have like a concept album. He can't grow like when it comes to any. The only thing he does is produces. I'm not even saying like he actually makes them. I don't know if he makes music or not,
Yeah.
but he just produces. So there's you can't expect any growth from him at all because it's just all features.
Yeah. So all the songs, I didn't like any of the hooks for any of them. I feel like that was probably one of many things that was wrong with this project. I counted them. I had 5 out of 14 songs that I liked. Um,
I know three off the top of my head.
2 out of 5 were Drake songs.
That what's it called, the one with the G, what's in starts with a G.
Grease.
Yeah, that one's hard. Sorry Not Sorry was good with Nas and Jay-Z.
Yeah, that was my third one.
And then the reggae one at the end, that was a banger. That
Where
was
You Come
good.
From, the very last song.
Yeah, that
I
reggae
liked
one,
that
that was
song,
good.
and then I didn't like it, so that one didn't make
I
it for
liked it.
me. So I had Grease, Pop Star. Let me see. Sorry Not Sorry,
Mm.
the one with Meg the Stallion. I
Uh,
Did It, the Post Malone one.
yeah,
I feel like that song is gonna grow on me as far as hooks.
you think so? I had a higher expectation for This Is Our Year because they had Big Sean, Rick Ross, and
Yeah,
it
did he?
the the artists that were featured on it did not live up to like the song.
Yeah,
And also like the title, This Is Our Year. Like I expect like motivational because that
yeah,
first of all, that title really fits Big Sean. And
yeah.
it's just I don't know, it just didn't hit.
And then my fifth song was "We Going Crazy." That was
Okay.
probably because I've heard the Pop Star and
Yeah.
the Grease song like over and over already.
Yeah.
So I think right now "We Going Crazy" is my favorite song. I know I said most of all the songs didn't have good hooks, but I think Pop's the one with
Drake.
no Post Malone. I think that hook is gonna grow on me as well
Mhm.
as the one with her. I haven't really heard her sing like that, where she's like singing loudly and
Mm.
like more filling.
I think her's gonna drop something soon because she had this. Normally, you see more collabs from artists when they're gonna drop. So she
I
had two
guess.
two collabs this week. You had no wait, she has two on the DJ Khaled, right?
Yeah.
And then she did one with Shelley.
Okay. Yeah.
She was on there. So like normally when you see a lot, that means they're working. So I expect something soon this year. But to me, man, Sorry Not Sorry is the best. Like Jay-Z and Nas, they were both spitting a lot of like bars. And if you listen, I loved Nas's bar when he said like my investments are Coinbase. I'm the cryptocurrency Scarface.
Yeah.
Like the layers of that bar, if you know like what he did, like his investments.
Yeah.
So he's coin based and he did a lot of crypto investment, right?
Yeah.
But that bar, like his portfolio is more crypto Coinbase, right? But his company invested in Coinbase
Him and Kevin Durant, I think, right?
in the early days. He invested, they said, around half a mil,
Mm.
and when it became public and everything, his investment turned into about 30 mil.
Yeah.
That's that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a fucking profit. Like,
You better get it before that Biden law go into
yeah.
effect. The 49% tax.
No, but that's different. He's not.
Yeah.
That's not even a crypto investment. That's a business investment
Yeah.
because that's not actually cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's winning there.
Yeah. With that song, I think that was a feature for Song Cry.
Mhm.
A sample from Song Cry Jay-Z did. I want to say like before he retired, that
Yeah,
old
he had two
thing.
Jay-Z samples. He had a Kanye West sample. He had a lot of samples out here.
We Going Crazy. That is a mix between They Know
Yeah.
and uh Welcome to Jamrock. That was like
Welcome.
a blended verse between that. But with the Jay-Z and Nas song, I hated the beat and then I hated the hook because it sounded like they were trying to find the beat to rap on, you know?
Yeah.
Because when Nas came on, he kind of sounded like he was rushing a little bit, but then had to slow down just to find his footing.
Yeah.
Jay-Z sounded good, Nas sounded
Well,
good too, but
because I
I
think
just didn't like the
Jay-Z does
song.
better at that tempo than Nas.
Yeah, it when Jay-Z was rapping, it was like he was just talking to you, you know, it's like a
But
conversation.
Jay-Z is more that beat did match Jay-Z's, and that is from Jay-Z. That was sampled from Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So like he's like, I already know this beat, so let me.
Yeah, a lot of the songs just didn't hit for me. Justin Timberlake, I didn't like that.
That was to me like I expected something like So when DJ Khaled did um Midnight Summer Jam off of JT's album, that was really good.
I don't remember it.
But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was the collab on his album, but I don't know what he did. He produced whatever.
Yeah.
So I expected similar things because DJ Khaled's not singing or rapping, but that song was just, that was a coffee shop positive song. I just didn't like it. Like it was just like
No.
nah. And half of the songs gave me that vibe. It's just like eh.
I haven't heard a good Justin Bieber song or feature in forever.
Mhm.
This was no different. 21 Savage sounded like he's, I don't know. He's just, I don't know. This whole album just wasn't it for me.
Yeah.
He put a lot of people together that don't sound good. He did what we think a lot.
Mhm.
Like I wonder how this person would sound with this person. So DJ
Yeah.
Khaled actually did it.
He has the resources to do what we think.
Yeah, and it shows why like we shouldn't be in a position to do stuff like this because this is what
Yeah.
would be the outcome.
Yeah.
But
And I feel like he's too, the way he talks, his personality, what he puts out there, he can be different behind closed doors, but
Mhm.
like he's too positive, tells, hey, you verse sucked, I don't want it. Or,
Yeah.
like he's just gonna be like, that's another one.
And then like what are the, if I'm an artist and DJ Khaled calls me to be on one of the songs, am I really gonna put my all into it? No, it doesn't seem like unless you're Drake, and I guess the few people that I mentioned, like you're not really putting it all out. Like the Cardi B song,
Mm.
that shit was trash.
Yeah.
All these hooks were repetitive. It didn't feel like nobody really put effort into their songs. Majority of the tracks. I think Meg The Stallion had a better verse than Cardi B did, which is weird. Um,
This relates to last week. I told you last week, not like, well, I forgot when was, yeah, last week, that I feel like Cardi B's on a decline
yeah,
when it comes to the quality of her of her bars or lyrics, whatever. It's just becoming more repetitive and hooks.
yeah. And then going back to the Big Sean, Rick Ross, Diddy song,
Yeah.
that was a very good concept. But then A Boogie like
Yeah.
ruined it. Like, why are you on here? This is not your place. Like, this is a positive song and like for lyricists and like Diddy talking. That's great. Why would DJ Khaled talk and then pay another talker to talk? It doesn't make sense. So
It was, yeah, and that's the one I posted before it dropped. That's the one I was looking most forward to.
yeah,
In the chat, and it's just, I'm like, fuck,
yeah.
like it's hard to miss with Big Sean and Rick Ross together.
They did a good job, but it was just the song
Yeah,
as
but-
a whole wasn't good.
Yeah, but to grade it as a whole, it's just missed.
Yeah. So with this song or with this project, based off of me crunching the numbers, I gave it a 3. It's not good.
Yeah,
5 songs
I give it a 5 just because 4 songs made a playlist.
out of 11 though,
Yeah,
or 12. No,
to
14.
me, like anything under a 5 or like a 3. If I give something a 3, nothing has to make a play. It's especially not 4 songs.
like 5 out of 14 tracks, that's 35%.
Made a playlist you want to listen to again. Like a 3 is nothing. That's Big Crit.
That's 5
How
songs.
many Big Crit songs out of that album made a playlist?
I don't know.
None. Just say
But I
none.
didn't
You know
say,
it meant
I didn't say
none.
they all made a playlist. I said there's 5 songs I liked. Grease made a playlist. Popstar made a playlist, but that's old,
Yeah, So Popstar confused me in the beginning because remember the music video had Justin Bieber, but he doesn't actually have a
Yeah.
in it. But he's here again, and it's like
Yeah.
revised.
I don't know, but yeah, definitely check it out whenever y'all don't have anything else to do. And then
This is not a drive by yourself album with the headphones. This is not that. Like,
yeah,
put this on something you're doing where you don't have to pay attention.
And then I don't know if you listened to it, Shelley.
Yeah.
FKA Drum.
Yeah.
I guess he's rebranding.
Yeah.
That
was on my list. Like, after we talked about albums, I was gonna say when or why do you think an artist should rebrand?
I don't know. When he was out, his songs didn't really hit for me. They sounded like bubblegum pop. I didn't like it.
And also I think he was, I don't want to use the word diverse, but I feel like before he rebranded, he tried to do a lot to be popular. Like the style, because some of his albums had mixed styles.
Like he was chasing the sound.
Like he tried to rap. He did that because his number one song was Broccoli with
Lil Yachty.
Yeah,
I didn't.
That was number one song. But I liked it a lot. I honestly, this would have been my first listen if Spotify showed it to me correctly. I was looking at new releases, right? For him, for some reason, it showed me he had a new single.
Okay.
Until you showed me he dropped an album, I went to
Yeah.
his like artist profile, then it showed me the album,
Yeah.
which has never happened to me. Well, I wouldn't know, right? Would I? So okay, let's go to the profile.
Yeah.
So it just showed me he dropped a single. But I first heard him, not first heard him, but I heard his like rebrand when he did the music video Cooking with Grease. I posted it like a while back.
Yeah. I don't think I listened to
Um
it.
and it was good. I'm like, damn, that was the vibe for the day. And the whole album like fit that. Like it was really good.
Did you say, "Hey Chris, this is FKA Drum," or you just posted it?
No, I posted. It was the same time. Ro posted he was listening to Lupe. He's like, "This is today's vibe or today's album." Then I
Oh,
posted, "This is my today's vibe."
okay. It
I
probably
mean, I
got
wouldn't
lost.
at you in the group chat. I've been
Yeah,
posting what I'm listening
yeah. It
to.
probably got lost in the shuffle because I
Yeah.
think y'all started arguing about Lupe.
I don't think we argue about Lupe.
Because
Oh yeah, he said
yeah,
Food and Liquor is not a classic, and the
yeah,
Cool's not a
yeah.
classic.
So Shelley got lost.
Yeah, and I was like, "This is the vibe of the day." But yeah, no, the whole album was good. My favorite, Cooking with Grease, but Exposure, such a good song.
I didn't know he could sing.
You know, he can sing. Like
No.
he was singing. Like I feel like he knows his limitations because I don't feel like he never like pushed it where
Mhm.
like he's bolting out like what's it called, like just whatever. He never bolted out lyrics or that singing where you would think a natural singer.
Yeah.
I think he knows his limitations, and he played really well into it.
No.
He it was great. I said those two songs are easily my favorite. Exposure, put on a playlist. The one with her was good too.
Yeah.
I like
I liked
her
all the
feature.
songs.
Um,
Erica Badu song was good. All
the
these were good.
Summer Walker feature, I kind of wanted more,
Yeah.
but I do like that he's still limited with features. Like more than what, like 60 or 70% of the songs were him with no features.
They had 3 songs with features, 4 different people on, like, 4 features
Yeah,
total. But yeah, I liked it. I gave this one an 8. It's a chill album. I listened to it a few times.
yep,
This is one of my favorite drops
yeah.
this week.
I gave this one an 8. This was my second favorite drop of the week.
And then you listen to Salusa?
Zoo.
Yeah,
That was my favorite drop of the week.
I didn't listen to it.
I got into him pretty late. I got into him when he came out with the song "Faded" like years ago, like 2 3 years ago. The song "Faded." He's one of the few like EDM artists I follow.
Oh, that's what this is.
Yeah. So, but the reason why I like him is because he's one of the few EDM artists that I know of, and I don't know a lot of the new ones that they also do vocals. Like he does vocals on every song.
He sings on the songs that you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay.
Mhm. So and it's not like where he's singing like you would think, like he has the chorus and stuff. So like to me that keeps my attention when it's over just instrumentals of an EDM album.
Yeah.
For him adding the chorus and stuff, and he had features on it. He had Code of the Friend, which really surprised me. And Code of the Friend switched up his flow, which was nice.
I
But
think that's who I was talking about.
Code of the Friend,
Remember
yeah,
last
that's
week
what you were saying.
when
Yeah,
I was talking about
you've gotten them confused before too, which I don't know
yeah,
why.
I think it's the name
Code of the Friend and Corday,
Coda and Corday.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what it was. Coda
One's
the
3
friend.
letters, and then
Yeah.
I mean 3 words, and the other
Yeah,
one's
Coda's the one
yeah.
I didn't really care too
But
much.
yeah, check out Zoo. It's a nice mix of like you get your techno with like a grimy, like house EDM mix.
Okay.
Coda's favorite, the Distant Lights. Um, has the same intro as a Kanye song, just like the first 10 seconds.
Hmm.
But the Sky is Crying is probably the best one off it. That's gonna be the single or whatever it is. But yeah, it was a nice drop, and it's been a while since I've had an EDM album on repeat like that.
What'd you rate it?
I gave that one an 8 also.
Okay. So that one was your favorite?
Yeah, that was my favorite of the week.
Okay.
And it could be not biased. It could be just I'm just surprised how much I liked it.
Yeah. And then switching to I guess music news. I think it was on Wednesday. Blueface, he had a bunk bed full of women tattooing them, branding them like
he's making the
goddamn
news.
cattle.
So and then like It's just that whole video just kind of gave you the creeps, bro.
It
Like
was cringy.
it was he walked in there all bad. It's like he got children's bunk beds for them and shit.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, they look comfortable, but they were probably strippers. They not strippers. Let me not say they were strippers. They were
we don't know.
they were athletically skinny, and they look comfortable. Them beds look big because they were skinny.
They had their necessities. Like
Yeah, they weren't really the cleanest because they had stuff all over the floors, makeup and
yeah.
dildos. It was crazy. And then he was walking around talking about who's getting their tattoos today,
Yeah.
bruh. Get out of here. It didn't look good. And then they were saying, what did it say? Blueface responds to R. Kelly comparisons.
Bro, like you have to get that
He
that
did it
feel
on
just
camera.
because it is like that's not
Yeah,
there's a difference between promoting like you get women and I got women in bunk beds like in one room.
they were
Like,
legit getting tattoos of
like
his face on their body, and then he was like, if you don't get tattoos, you can leave. I'm like, bruh, that's such a bad look.
like so this week also surfaced well I mean a video of Blueface. He was doing I don't know if it was an interview or something. He was on a live stream.
Okay.
It was like a Twitch stream of something. He was
Everybody's on Twitch these
guest, but it
days.
wasn't his. He was with somebody. I forgot the name of it. He got a call on stream. He answered it. It was his baby mama,
Oh
and
my
you
god.
hear her yelling, "It's your son's birthday!" And
Bruh.
he was like, "Bitch, I'm on my way." And the streamer's like you're not like you're sitting here, and then he's like, "I'm doing a promotional run," and the streamer's like, and then so he hung up, and then he goes back to like just talking.
Talking like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It was live, right?
Yeah.
Bruh.
He don't care.
Yeah.
But that was funny because he's like, I'm on my way now. And the guy's face is like, I'm not like, no, you're not.
Bruh, like you're not a good rapper already. You can't make it worse by doing like this type of stuff.
Yeah.
That messes up your image. And
Has he
yeah,
Does he still have clout? Like I don't know. Like who
I don't
talks
know.
about him?
I don't know. He hasn't done any good music in a
The
while.
only person I knew that talked about him, like, doesn't bring up his most recent releases because he even knows they're trash.
Who?
Johnny.
I don't think he talks about him at all.
That's what I'm saying. He's the only one I knew that talked about him in the beginning
Okay.
when he was getting popular.
Yeah.
And even the last couple of releases, he knows not to bring him up.
I call him, but I don't want to plug in the equipment to get
New
his take.
system, who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, fucking everything goes black. But yeah, nah, it's crazy. That's a bad look. I don't think this helps at all. But yeah, let's see how he bounces back. I don't even think people care.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have anything out. He's just spiraling.
So just to add on that, are people even gonna care if he put something out?
I don't think so. And then Kodak, apparently he scades jail once again.
Bro, like what's like that dude get chances.
Yeah, he's Chance the Rapper, bro. So Kodak, he had this pending case. It was like sexual assault, but he pleaded to a lesser charge. I forgot what it was. It was first degree assault and battery. Like, okay, that's better than I guess sexual assault these days. And then so he has to do a 10-year suspended. His 10-year sentence was suspended to 8 months probation on the conditions that he follows, I guess, the program that he's supposed to do. He had the lady that he assaulted on there saying that she was okay and everything, and that she's moved past things. He was like, I apologize to Miss whatever the name was, and he hopes that we can all move forward. He was like, I wish her the best in life. Like, bruh,
Don't you can't tell me that these rappers don't get some type of
preferential treatment.
yeah. Also,
Yeah.
we talk about like other people's sports things. Rappers do too. Like, did you hear what you said? 10 years to 8 months
Yeah.
probation. Not even 8 months
Yeah.
incarceration. 8 months probation.
And then he was around a shooting like I want to say a couple months ago.
Yeah.
They were saying it was from a club. They ran across the streets where he wasn't involved. Like trouble just finds him, and it's wild. I hope he stays out of trouble. But do you think you think he's done with criminal activities following him, or do you think something else will happen?
Maybe for 8 months
8 months before the year's over.
before when the probation's over.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. like I compare him to Gucci Man so much because they have similar like paths that they've gone down.
Mm.
He was in jail for a long time. Gucci Man was too. Gucci Man came out and he ideally looks like he's changed his life around. But I don't think Kodak has really made that change yet.
But Gucci Man had that big like charge that made him change his life. The um
Murder?
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's big and that made him like change his life around.
And then even Boosie, like Boosie still does funny stuff, but he's changed too.
Yeah.
He had a murder charge. Well, I guess that's the thing. You have to be in jail on a murder charge to change your life around. I don't know, but I hope
That's
Kodak
crazy. That's what it takes, bro.
I
Like,
hope Kodak gets the best and doesn't have these troubles going forward.
yeah.
But we'll see. And then Moneybag Yo, he says the price just went up.
I was reading that. It was like what'd you say, 2,500 to 200,000 or what?
Yeah, so he's stunning with his booking fees. He said originally when he first started it was 2,500 a year ago,
Hmm.
and now he's charging $500,000. No, he's charging $200,000 per show right now.
But
And
he thinks it can go up to,
he says
yeah.
it can go up to 500,000. Like, bro, Moneybag.
Who paying that?
I listened to his last project, which came out
Last
last
week.
year. It
Didn't he
was
have one
trash.
last week?
Not did I say last year?
Yeah.
Last week, yeah. It was trash. It felt like he was trying to find a different sound. He wasn't rapping as much, and it felt like he was trying to do what Future does, where he raps
Yeah.
about women and stuff and sings to them. But Future is a pioneer. You know, nobody's doing what Future does, and I feel like Moneybag Yo tried to do
Good.
that, and it wasn't good. It was like I think my least favorite project out of him. So I don't know how he's getting $200,000 after that, but
Who's paying that?
I don't know. Probably Beverly Hills fans, suburban.
Me and a bunch of white kids on this
I
concert.
didn't say that. That's racist. But yeah, um, but shout out to him getting the bag, especially in the pandemic. I don't know who's paying that in the pandemic, but yeah, shout out to him. And then Kanye West,
Know your value.
sure, some people overvalued. And then Kanye West, he's in a legal battle with Walmart over the logo of his up. I don't know what it is. He has an upcoming design,
Yeah.
and it oddly resembles the Walmart brand, which is a star.
Yep.
Off the top of your head, did you remember the Walmart brand, the logo?
Yeah.
The little, it doesn't look like a star to me. It looks like a drop. You
I mean,
splash.
it's just 5 lines.
Yeah, it's more of a
I don't know what it is, but I know what it is.
like the star on the dial tone almost, like on a phone.
An asterisk, you mean?
Yeah, it looks like an asterisk.
Without nothing in the middle?
Yeah, more than a star. I remember when it, maybe that's why I'm like, was it ever a star? Was a happy face?
I don't think Happy Feet was ever their official logo. It was just on their freaking aprons.
With the smile?
Yeah.
How is it not a logo then?
Their logo's been that for as I can remember. I don't know.
Anyway, so I guess Kanye thought he was slick. He's like, I'm gonna put out a logo. Let's do it like the.
This is completely different.
That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't look like the. Why would you say completely? It looks just like it.
They have lines. He has dots.
Okay,
Different.
if you connect the dots, how would it look?
It would look weird.
It would look just like the Walmart logo. I don't understand.
That's your interpretation. Art is interpreted different.
Man, Kanye is getting out brazen with it. He already samples other people's music. He's now sampling other people's logos. Bruh, I don't know.
That it does look like Walmart, and
We know.
it's just at this point, I feel like Kanye shouldn't use it. It doesn't matter legally, because now like when I look at like his, if it's gonna be a high end line, I don't know whatever it is, I'm gonna think Walmart. Like, damn, that's $500, but I'm thinking Walmart.
It's hard to ask if you thought it was Walmart before you saw it.
Yeah, because this is how I first saw it, like that. Like,
Did you think of Walmart
together?
Yeah, so you can't unthink
No.
it.
Because like the article title put in my head before I clicked on it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't think any other artist has had more beefs with like stores than Kanye or like retail
I don't know.
people.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
It's been what? It wasn't Reebok. It was Gap. I give that a beef. Nike. He made a diss song.
Yeah, but that wasn't like that was payment. That was like contract stuff, not
Yeah, he's beef.
if you're talking beef, not like stop touching about
Like in the
like
streets.
infringement stuff like this.
No, like this is beef too. Like is it?
Okay.
This is his third retailer he's had trouble with.
Mm.
That's
He's
he's on a
he's
different level.
he's talked ill of Adidas before.
Yeah, and he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is going anywhere. He'll probably rebrand the logo
Yeah, well,
and keep it
at
moving.
this point, it's just tainted. Like now, any Kanye fan catches wind of this, you just think Walmart when you see his logo now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's wild. And then switching to sports. So we got a lot of boxing matches coming out. We
Mhm.
got the Ruiz. He's boxing as a heavyweight, trying to get back to the Anthony Joshua fight.
Mhm.
Anthony Joshua is fighting Tyson Fury. They just haven't, to my knowledge, put out a date yet. So with all the boxing hype that's coming out right now, and then the UFC fights, do you think it's fair to compare UFC pay to boxing pay?
No, it's they're different. It's a whole different system. Like they're signed to UFC, so
Well, duh.
it's a whole different thing.
Do you think UFC fighters are underpaid?
Yes, they are.
Huh. It
The top tier ones are definitely underpaid
so with that being said, do you compare it to anything? Like, how can you not compare it to boxing? Because I feel like,
because boxing they're independent. They work out their own deals. In UFC, they don't. Dana White does all that. Like in boxing, they get bigger percentage of pay per view because they're the ones that put it together.
I
Just
don't
why
think
this?
so.
Yeah,
Because boxing is, there's only a few manage or promotion companies, like promoters. So I think, like, what's the guy?
Oscar.
Mayweather? Yeah,
Oh,
Oscar De La
Mayweather.
Hoya. He has Pretty Boy promotion, not Pretty Boy. What's it called?
I believe he's the golden boy.
Golden Boy
I'm talking
Promotions.
about Mayweather. Oh,
Yeah, Mayweather got TBE. There's not a lot of promoters in boxing, and I think boxing is ran by promoters. You know what I'm saying?
No, promotes it, but the thing is, as the but you have a deal with your promoters before anything. You sign that contract with your promoter. Just say
Yeah.
20%, whatever.
And that's the thing.
But that's completely different because you have 20%. Like you're my promoter, 20% goes to you, right?
Yeah,
But since you have 20% of what I make, you're gonna go out there and make a deal with HBO, with Showtime for 100 million because you want that money. With UFC, they don't do that. It's a flat thing. They make it
Ah.
based on their resales. They don't do that. Like promoters, they're the ones that get the most money. I mean, they don't get the most money. They make the deal for the boxers to get the percentages of that.
yeah. I think it's pretty similar as far as the structure.
It's completely different. They're employed. Everyone fighting is employed by UFC,
Right. And then let's say
and their what's it called? Their
contract.
not their contract. The promotion they do. What's it called? Endorsements.
Yeah.
The way they promote the endorsements are limited compared to boxing. Since it's your fight, you have more ways to do the promotion endorsements, and you can get more money.
I don't know, because I think fighters are signed to specific long-term deals. You can't just fight for HBO one fight and then go to Showtime.
Yes, you can.
I don't think that works like that.
Yes, you can.
Victor, do you know? Because
Unless the only one that doesn't do it is that new one that came out a couple years ago. Daz Sports. What is that?
On the zone?
Yeah. Is that it? DAZN,
Yeah,
right?
DAZN. I didn't know either until recently. There's, like,
For that, like Canelo signed 5 fights to them. Other than that, like Mayweather and all that, they do one show, one fight at a time.
But Mayweather has never been able to go from Mayweather didn't sign one fight at a time. He signed on for like multiple fights. What was it? He had signed on, I think it was like a 5 or 4 fight deal.
With who?
I want to say it was HB, maybe it was Showtime. It was one of the two. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was a little while ago.
But when he signed it, he's the one. Well, him and his promoter. Well, he might be his own promoter.
Yeah,
they're the ones.
I think it's Showtime.
They're the ones that fix how much revenue they're going to get based on promotion sales and all that. They get greater pay-per-view.
It's with Showtime.
They get greater pay-per-view percentages than UFC fighters by far.
Yeah,
and that's part of them making their own deals like that.
I guess, but
because look, Showtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can do that with HBO.
You
just
can't
no. I
just say
mean,
he can do that because he signed a
I'm
9-figure
just hold on.
fight.
The example is if he didn't have a deal, he can go to any company and sign a deal if he wants.
That's with anybody though.
Not UFC fighter. They're signing UFC. It's
You
done.
said if a UFC fighter doesn't have a deal,
No, they're employed by UFC. They have no control where it's broadcast.
yeah,
Or the percent they
that's because
don't
they're under contract.
with UFC.
But you said with boxers, if they don't have a deal, they can go anywhere.
Yes,
How's
that's why
it?
I'm saying the whole money thing's different. They get greater percentages of everything.
I don't know. I understand. I definitely agree that boxers get paid more than UFC fighters.
Because they have more control on what they make percentage wise.
Maybe that's true. I don't know. I gotta look
They
more
do.
into it.
Because the top tier UFC, right?
Yeah.
The top tier were like McGregor when he was in his prime in UFC. He had no control where they fight, the channel they're fighting on, nothing.
Yeah.
That's Dana White. It's his company.
Yeah.
When it comes to the boxer, he Mayweather chose to sign that contract with Showtime based on money. UFC fighters don't have that luxury whatsoever.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree. I think we both agree that they're underpaid.
Mhm.
The last fight was the Usman fight
Mhm.
versus Masvidal. Usman made like $1 million to fight Masvidal, and they were the top card. And then I think Masvidal got paid $800,000.
Where Dana White's winning is that they're the highest paid.
Yeah, for that particular fight.
No, for mixed martial arts.
Mhm.
So like you're comparing them to boxing because it's a contact sport.
Yeah, which I understand. A lot of people are doing it because of that.
But MMA is its own thing, mixed martial arts. So at the end of the day, Dana White can say, my MMA fighters, they're the highest paid mixed martial artists in the world.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, boxing, they're not boxing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it sucks because you want to compare them because you get the same feel watching a boxing fight, MMA fight.
Yeah.
But it's two different sports, so to speak.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's wrong to compare them because it's a very popular sport, and they're doing. It's kind of like comparing basketball players to football players. It's literally not the same sport, but football players ideally do more work, and they are in more. They're more likely to be injured, and their careers are shortened, but they don't get
put
paid
their body through more.
Yeah, but they don't get paid as much as basketball players.
Nope.
So I could see the comparisons, and I understand why people say it. I definitely agree that they are underpaid as well. Who is your top 5? Victor, I'm gonna ask you to. This is off the top. Who's your top 5 athletes throughout any sport?
Let's see if you looked at the list. I gave him the list. So
he did. Okay.
So if he comes quick, don't say off the dome.
Okay. So who's your top 5 athletes throughout any sport to never win a title, but they were like one of your favorite or like very good competitors?
I was thinking about that earlier. I'm still having trouble coming up with 5 because at first I was mostly thinking about NBA players that haven't gotten it. And
in
the NBA, the first person that I could think of, and that's kind of like where my list was coming to a stop. But Allen Iverson,
he was on my list.
I feel like he's gonna be on this list for whoever you ask.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Not on my list.
He looked at. Okay. Sheesh. How many people did you have?
One.
For the NBA, man.
For the list.
Oh, him. One. Yeah.
When you worded it talking about like fierce players, players who like had that intimidation, like I was considering some players and I was considering Charles Barkley, no ring, but like could I consider him like a fierce player, like a dominant player? Like I mean, he had a good career, but I wasn't sure. So I feel like every person that I was thinking of, I was too indecisive on whether or not they would make my list, but the only one that I could think for sure was a solid one on my list was AI.
I think I got the most diverse list.
I got 3 sports in mine.
How 3? You got 3 sports?
Yeah, in my list.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Who do you got?
Well, for NFL, I'll go with NFL.
That's a sport though, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with Barry Sanders. Considered the best running back of all time and no ring.
Okay.
And I remember watching him play a little bit, but like while I watch highlights from him, that dude was so like fierce. Like defensives would make schemes just to try to stop him. You see documentaries on it, like these teams would just create stuff just to try to stop him, but his team was never good.
Okay.
And another football, Dan Marino.
I think a lot of people, if they don't have Allen Iverson, they have Dan Marino.
Like this dude, they went undefeated in the regular season, undefeated, and fucking lost in the playoffs. Like
How many
and
times?
he had so many records and all that. It just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He's probably a little above Drew Brees if Drew Brees never won a title. That's kind of what like kind of you put him. So for basketball,
so that's 3 or 2?
That's 2 so far.
Okay.
For basketball, for me, I have Carmelo, second or third on the scoring, dominant.
Did you watch him?
Who, Carmelo? Yeah.
Okay.
Carmelo, dominant. He's second and third scoring of all time. Okay. That just shows you how dominant was, and they couldn't do it.
Okay, so
they couldn't do it.
The next 2 aren't athletes?
No, I said 3 sports. I didn't say that. They're all athletes. What are you talking about?
So they're athletes, but the next 2 aren't in sports?
No. Okay, my next basketball one is going to be Reggie Miller.
So they're all sports?
They're all sports, but 3 different sports.
Oh, that's what you meant.
3 different sports. So
they're not all the same sport.
Reggie Miller. Now, Reggie Miller might not be on a lot of people's list, but he's on mine because he's a favorite of mine.
Okay.
And I feel he dominated. And back then, he was one of the few superstars that really used like that 3-point line.
Yeah, this is Reggie Miller.
Yeah, so he's one of the few that really used that 3-point line. Just as we were talking to Jeremy this week, I brought up Jordan's like 3-point percentage. He's like a different game back then, but Reggie Miller made it his game. Like he's like, not a lot of people do it. Let me make this my game.
Yeah,
and like fierce. Like one of my favorite games to watch on replay
Classic.
is when they're facing the Knicks, and he goes back and forth with Spike Lee on the bench, and Spike Lee says something about, was it his wife or something, and then Reggie Miller has that famous photo where he's like choking himself.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like that's he was aggressive. Like he's one of my personal favorite.
Okay.
And then the only one for baseball, one of my favorite of all time is King Griffey Jr.
Okay.
I love his shoes. I loved his like watching him play.
Baseball shoes?
Yeah. No, but I mean they're not cleats, but they're he's one of my favorite baseball players of all time, and he never got a ring.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I got a good mix. I got a mix of people that aren't playing anymore and then people that are active. So my first one was Nate Diaz. Like he's never won a belt. Ever. I don't think you watch Nate Diaz. Like Nate Diaz, watching him, he's a very good.
I don't like the Diaz brothers in the beginning, so
he's a very good fighter, and when you watch him, he gives it his all, but he's never won a belt. So that's my number one. Allen Iverson for the same reasons. I had Russell Westbrook on here. I don't think he's gonna win a ring before he retires at the rate that his career is going.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I don't think he was gonna go. I had Damian Lillard on here as well as Westbrook, but I'll put them together. That Damian's like a bonus. I don't think he's gonna win a ring either, and that's gonna be tragic.
Who was the last one?
Damian Lillard.
Okay.
I put them 2 together, but that's not like one of my people. Michael Beasley. I keep seeing highlights of him in the gym. He looks like he still has it, but it's unfortunate that he hasn't been on a team to win a ring because he still looks like he's talented, but he's one of those guys that just fell out of the league, you know?
I don't know about him on the list. I guess I don't know. Like, I don't consider him top, and I don't know. Yeah. He's that one that has to be like that personal pick. Like I had Reggie Miller as a personal pick.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of people that didn't win. I don't know if Charles Barkley would have been on my list, but I think after Charles Barkley, I would have put Patrick Ewing. I mean, after Carmelo, if I didn't have Carmelo, I would Patrick Ewing.
Yeah. And then my 5th one, I don't know who would put him on here, but I put Vegeta on here. Like I put Vegeta on here. I don't think Vegeta's ever gonna be the best fighter in the world with Goku around.
He'll always be chasing him.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah, that's why
Goku's always chasing him.
What really like cut the cake for me was when Vegeta went to go train with a god, and then Goku was like, "Hey, yo, let me come with you," and it's been like that ever since. So yeah, I don't think Vegeta's ever gonna be that guy at the top. So those are my 5 lists with the bonus. What do you think?
I figured out a couple more from my list because I was looking. I was trying to see who doesn't have championship, but I got Steve Nash on my list. I feel like my Spurs kind of stopped him a few times from getting that ring.
He bought one now. He's gonna get one.
That's true.
Soon.
Yeah, he'll get one in his second career. You're right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize he never had a ring.
Nope.
Huh. That's a good one.
That's a good one since he was back to back MVP.
Yeah. Whereas both of those warranted? Did he deserve back to back MVPs?
There's that dilemma with not dilemma. There's always that argument that Kobe deserved it,
Mm-hmm.
but they both have really powerful arguments. If you take away stats,
Oh my god, that makes no
no,
sense.
like they're both the most important player on their team. Without them, they would do that. I think Steve Nash was more important
How
than
how
Kobe Bryant on the team.
how are you important if you don't have no stats?
What?
You said take away their stats.
I said, okay, what I meant is not only don't just solely base it on stats because they don't do that. If he's solely based on stats, LeBron got fucking this like I don't know how many times if you just base it on stats. But look at how important they are as a player to their team.
Yeah, that I hate. That's one of the things I hate about MVP in general.
Hmm.
Like I'm more of a black and white person, as you know. Like tell me what the requirements are to win this award, and then we have a case. But they leave it so vague. I see why they do it. So you
I
have
mean,
the argument and stuff.
stats play a role, but then what also plays a role is how important to the team. What would happen if you're not there with the team,
Right.
etc. So the team would have done nothing without Steve Nash.
No.
So
Yeah. So that's one of the things with MVP. It grinds my gears. And then the NFL draft just concluded, from what I
yeah, like an
understand.
hour ago.
Um, I don't know. You didn't? Did you see? Do you watch the entire draft and make your case for who won then, or do you just
I
go off of
normally
like the?
watch the first 2 days, and then on day 3, I follow the ticker.
Oh, they said something else with the end. Better be careful. Who do you think won the draft?
Based on the first 2 rounds, the Jets.
Okay.
They so they don't have Sam Darnold anymore. They drafted their quarterback Zach Wilson, and the main thing that Sam Darnold never had is an offense, right? So what do? They drafted Zach Wilson, the quarterback. Their second pick in the first round, they drafted an offensive tackle to protect him.
Okay.
Then the first pick in the second round, they drafted a wide receiver for him. So like they're like, you know what, quarterback, let me get somebody to guard you, I mean to protect you, and let me give you someone to pass the ball to.
Yeah.
Like that was building the offense through the draft. Now they definitely have defensive holds, but as they learned last year, it doesn't matter if you stop the ball. If you can't move the ball, you can't move the ball. Like you need offensive weapons. So I feel like they had the best draft.
Who lost?
I'm probably gonna get some shit for this. I think the Jaguars lost. They drafted Trevor Lawrence, which was a great pick. I'm not talking about that. All the other picks didn't make sense.
Okay.
Like they had 2 picks in the first round. Their second pick went to a running back when they already have a solid running back. Like they have a lot of other holes to fill, and not like for you to go. What they did is they went with the best available, not the
Right.
best for their position. Like I said, they drafted another running back when Robinson's quality. Like he did well last year. Like he did good. So for them to ignore other holes they have in their team and to draft the running back didn't make sense to me at all. And
Okay.
it's like I don't know. It just didn't make sense.
Who do you think is gonna have the best season next year because of their draft?
Of their draft,
Because of their draft, yeah.
Cowboys.
Okay.
Just because Cowboys already have a solid offense, but not perfect. They still have some holes too, but they have a solid offense.
Okay.
But they spent their first 4 draft picks on defensive players. They're giving Quinn what he wants, defensive players, and their defense is gonna be better.
You think
And
they're you
but
think they got a division winning roster at this point?
yes,
Do you think they had a division winning roster before this?
mm, yes, because our division's still weak.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eagles added the wide receiver, but Jalen Hurns, we still don't. I don't see it with him yet. I I need more sample from him to say if he's strong or not. Um,
You need okay.
for the football
Pause.
team,
Yeah.
I don't even know who the quarterback is because they let go of Alex Smith retired, and they let go of their backup from last year. They have somebody, but I can't tell you who the thing is. Giants are going to be strong. I think Giants right now are going to be the toughest competition for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Giants are strong, but it just also depends on how Barkley comes back
Okay.
because he was out all last year. Like, how's he going to come back?
Yeah. And then with Green Bay's pick in the draft, it looks like Aaron Rodgers says he no longer wants to come to work. He I don't I don't think he's officially demanded a trade. He just says I'm good.
For rumors from people close to him to say that he will consider retiring before going back.
He said that?
Yeah,
I didn't see that part.
yeah.
Okay.
I posted the article to you, bro.
It looked scammy.
Like your Meek Mill link, like a whole page of.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's a long one. Pause.
but Fire for allowed me to say. Oh, we call it Aaron Rodgers, man. Like, get the man out of there.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like, get the man. Hopefully, they don't try to do what Houston's doing. Like, all these people pop up out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I get you. I got what you're saying. It's
So-
funny because like we talked about this. What was it last season? Where we're like, you think he's gonna play this year?
Yeah.
I think we said yes. No,
Yeah.
we're saying no. Do you think he's gonna play
Yeah.
as a Packer?
I'm gonna say no. But I'm thinking he's gonna play. I think they're gonna trade him eventually because it's just if he doesn't want to play, they're gonna get something for him over retirement.
So you think he's
Why?
gonna?
Why would a team let him retire?
Mhm.
They get zero out of the whole deal compared to, you know what? If you're giving us the ultimatum, let me trade your ass and get something in return.
So how does retirement work? So do you like if you have years left on your deal? I don't
You
know.
have to be retired for, well, I mean, you don't get paid what you if you retire,
Yeah,
but you have to be retired. Don't quote me, but 3 years before you can come back to a different team
that's a long time.
because it's a long for
Yeah.
reasons like this.
Yeah, that's a long time. And then I don't know what his
I want to
contract's
fact
like.
check that. Can you fact check that, Victor?
I think he was.
I got you. I got you.
I think it's 3 years.
They offered him a 2-year extension now, but I don't think they were when he asked for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what his contract is right now. Is he coming up on his contract, or does he have like a year left?
I think this year and next year.
Okay. And it's wild because everybody knew what like the Packers were doing. They drafted a quarterback, they moved up to get him, and now that Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm leaving, they're like, wait, don't go. I love you. It's so dumb.
We were just played.
Yeah, and it was crazy. I saw
We wanted to motivate you.
I saw a little stat. It was like the Packers, they drafted one offensive player in the first round since 2012, and that was Jordan Love.
Yep.
Like, what are y'all doing? The man doesn't want to be there. You're telling him you don't want him, and then when he was like, "All right, I'm leaving," you're like, "Hold your horses."
What makes it worse to me is the Packers president, his comments that we are going to be with Rodgers for this year and we want to next year. You know, instead of like,
It doesn't make sense.
well, yeah, but to me, it could have been like, we're in constant communication with Rodgers. We're gonna address all the needs instead of saying, nah, he's with us. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what else was I gonna say? Yes.
Do you think he's gonna play for the Packers this year?
Nah, I think I saw right now they're saying they're not going to trade him, which obviously they're not. I think it would be too much to trade him right now. It would be too much of a cap hit. But if they trade him June something, it'll be less of a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he does get traded, and I think he's going to be traded around that time frame. June.
But that's still not playing for the Packers. That's before the season.
Yeah, I'm saying no. I don't think he's going to play for the Packers.
Yeah.
Now where do you think he's going to go? Because 49ers, they already drafted a quarterback.
Yeah.
But it's Aaron Rodgers. Like,
this is your take, but I just agree with you. Like, be a power move going to New Orleans. I think.
Yeah.
Like I think he'll fit in well. I think they're not going to really miss a beat from Drew Brees to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And I think there will be contenders automatically.
He would be what Tom Brady was moving from the Patriots. He's one of those you automatically are in contention. He's one of those talents that you trade
especially
to get.
What the New Orleans have already. It's not just him. New Orleans already have a solid ass team. Like,
yeah.
So that would be a power move just to do that. Like New Orleans, but they're a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
You have to consider what would they have to give away for him. How much would it take away from the team?
Yeah, and then he'll be looking like he looked in Green Bay, but in New Orleans.
Yeah, because even though he doesn't want to go, I mean, even though he doesn't want to play for the Packers are still gonna get almost everything they can. Just like you heard the rumors of Watson 3 first round or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
half the team, you know.
yeah. So that's interesting. So yeah, it's still a interesting season going on with all these quarterbacks jumping around.
This is why personally, like I know I say this, but I prefer football over basketball. It's just more interesting. I can watch any football game over a basketball because there's basketball games where the teams are so they're such a different in talent. You just one sided. Like
Okay.
with football, because you have offense and defense and the way the scoring works, about like you're gonna have a team with less talent still make a game.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay. And then before we end on sports, the Kobe Bryant and Gigi line has came out. It's just Gigi's line, right? The Kobe girl line. It's called Mamacita.
yeah, Mambasita,
Mambasita.
Mambasita
That dropped today.
dropped today.
I saw a lot of NBA players supporting it. I saw LeBron,
Yeah.
pretty much all the Warriors. I think that's a good look.
Yeah. Well, because they dropped it because of what the line is supposed to do.
Yeah,
100% of the profits being donated.
yeah, it goes towards the Mamba and Mambasita Sports Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Um, so
Here's a question: because because it is like donation or 100% profit, right? Do you think it's okay for these brands to kind of inflate the prices a little bit?
I mean, you can. I
What's your take on it?
Yeah, it makes even if you don't, even if it doesn't go towards a good cause, I think it would be pricey. Like LeBron shoes are pricey. You know, it's a I guess it's a brand that has meaning behind it, so it will
Okay.
come at a premium. You know,
So kind of like what we always say: you buy the brand,
yeah, like
Okay.
Kanye, it's a premium
the
brand.
name. You're buying the
Yeah,
name. Okay.
like so I agree with everything they're doing. Um, only critique that I had, which is it's a critique. I don't know. I don't like the look of it. It doesn't look that great. It's the name, and then you have the tie dye look.
It's
Out of
it's it's a tie-dye hoodie with the name. I don't want to say slapped on, but it's a very simple design.
Yeah, I would have preferred variety,
Hmm.
but it feels like they put it all together, and there might be like different lines coming in the future,
Yeah,
and therefore
they're for good
adults all the
cause
way
and all
down
that.
to kids, and
Yeah,
it's a female line.
yeah,
So yeah, I understand it, but I mean, I would have liked it to look a little. I would like some more
diverse lines.
diversity.
Yeah,
Shout out to diversity, and yeah. So check it out. The pricing goes for 224 and then 324 for adults.
yeah. Well, the set was 330 for the adults, and
Hmm.
then you can buy just a hoodie for like 220.
Yeah,
You can't buy just the pants, which is weird. And then like they have some face masks for like $30.
yeah. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Then I would definitely suggest supporting. And then before we wrap up, so week 2 of my rabbit hole on the internet. So I was watching Vice News. They had a story on the McDonald's ice machine scandal. I posted it in chat. Did you watch it?
No,
I didn't think you did because
it's
like
always broken. What's the scandal?
immediately after I posted it, I think Jeremy or one of y'all started like arguing, so it went out of the
We're
window.
debating.
Nah. So it was crazy. This dude, he did. It was
Jeremy,
like,
you need to get on the show so everyone knows the shit you say.
yeah, okay. I'm not talking about Jeremy. So
You
with
brought him up?
the McDonald's ice cream machine scandal, it sounds dumb, right? The dude did a 3-month investigation
3 months
as to
in his
why
free time.
bro. He's a Vice City or
Oh,
Vice
okay.
News
All right.
reporter.
It's for his job. Okay, that's
Yeah.
different. Okay.
So he had got like some guy messaged him saying, "Hey, there's a story here." So the dude got all the info from him, and basically, I didn't know this, but the ice cream machine that McDonald's has, that maker is the same maker for pretty much all the other fast food places like
Okay.
Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, all those.
Makes sense.
But with this one, it's one specific model for McDonald's, and they have a contract that says you can only use this specific machine. So all the franchisees, they only can use this one. You can't go and get a different model number or anything like that. So when the ice cream machine breaks, they have to use the same vendors that
Parts and all that.
yeah. So they send out their rep to
Mhm.
come fix it, and then they charge them like $100, $300 an
Whatever
hour.
the issue is, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how they're making their money. So it behooves them for the machine to break down so that the rep can come and fix it, because you can't have your own rep fix it. You can't have somebody like a third party fix it or anything. So that's pretty much the scandal of the McDonald's ice cream machine. And what happens is it gives you this
They were sold lemons.
yeah, they give you this error code that only the vendors know what it means. They can't tell you, "Hey, fix this."
Never tried Google.
No. And what was crazy was there was this guy that came out with this he's a tech guy. He came up with this like USB
Mhm.
that you plug into the ice cream machines, and it tells you what the error code is, and you can fix it on your own, so you don't have to have the guy
Yeah.
come out and fix it. So McDonald's sent out this thing saying, "Hey, don't use it. We don't know. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad." So now they're having this new device coming out from the same manufacturer to tell
Tell
you
everyone.
to use it. So it's just this big circle jerk of conspiracy theories, and that's pretty much why the ice cream machine's broken.
So you think they targeted McDonald's because McDonald's doesn't care if it's broken or not?
They've had this contract with them for like forever.
Well, but I mean, like I said, they're in a lot of other fast food places.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you don't hear about it with other fast food
No,
places breaking down.
because Wendy used to get lit when they used to have that. You used to buy their Frosty card.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
like
that.
what, $10,
The
and then
little
just every
keychain?
time you went,
Bruh, yeah,
yeah,
it was little. It was a snack, and
Yeah.
it worked. I was like,
but still, every time you went,
yeah, it was great. Oh man, they
I wonder if
probably
they
lost
still
so
have
much
that.
money. But
You
yeah,
sold it for how much?
yeah, it's crazy though how that works. And then the other question I was going to ask you, do you think McDonald's is going to be like one of the next big businesses to fail?
No, I don't see that.
I-
They're too they
Why'd your voice? They're
because no, I don't see
too
that because they I'm trying to find the words for it.
they're too big to fail.
It's not that they're too big to fail. They have their they 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 have their clientele. Like they have their
Mm.
people that they feed like daily. People like regardless if it's good or not, like they have a following. They have people that go there. Like I don't see them failing at all.
So I think McDonald's has the possibility of being the next big business to fail.
You don't think they would downsize and still last for a long time? And the reason why I say to fail, I feel like it's harder to fail when you're franchised like that, because that means like all these individual ones that are doing well, they can still carry the name.
Nah, because as a franchise, it doesn't make sense. And it like over the years, it looks like their profits are going down. I'm just looking at it right now. And then there's other franchises that have a better business model than McDonald's. I think Chick-fil-A is ranked number one.
Yeah,
And then there's so much money that you have to put into McDonald's on top of being a franchise person, and you have zero control.
yeah, but what does it have to do with McDonald's itself? McDonald's is not paying that. The owner is of the franchise,
Right. And with the
so
franchisor,
McDonald's is profiting off that.
right, but you have to have a franchiser to be profitable. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's has zero liability. And then there's a lot of bad
Publicity.
public. I think of Soldier Boy every time I say that word because he's like publicity. Anyway, so they had like these sexual assault allegations going. There's these racial
Mm.
stuff that was going on. There's a lot of bad
I just
press.
don't see it because you can look at opposite. Like they are 24 hours, 7 days a week. Okay.
That don't mean nothing.
Um, once that 2, 3 in the morning, I mean, how many places are open?
Wendy's.
Now they close. They're not 24/7.
I don't think they make their money at 3
I'm
a.m.
just saying they have things, just like you said, like, but they have things that they do that keeps clientele.
I don't know. So,
You ain't getting Chick-fil-A on Sunday, bruh.
and that makes it more desirable.
It does, but when people eat on Sunday, bro.
At home,
Mm.
ain't nobody rushing to McDonald's to eat on Sunday. What are you talking about? Anyway, so that's just my
Yeah.
take. I don't.
And it's funny because like I feel like I'm arguing for McDonald's when I do not eat there.
I think there's more people that don't eat McDonald's than we think about.
They just have a lot of reoccurring customers, I think.
Yeah, maybe. And there was that thing where kids used to want McDonald's. I don't even think kids want McDonald's anymore. Do you feed your kids McDonald's?
No, I mean, I don't eat it, so they don't really eat it.
So there you go. So you heard it here first. I think McDonald's might be the next big company to fail.
They do have the best nuggets, though. Fast food restaurants, they got the best nuggets.
They have the best.
Burger King is crap.
I think they have the
nuggets.
best breakfast. I wouldn't say like
Yeah.
nuggets. Sure, yeah, that's what they're known for. But yeah,
They do have the best breakfast, though.
yeah.
I really don't know Wendy's breakfast, though.
Wendy's has that nasty breakfast. It's like
I don't know.
if Starbucks did breakfast, which I think they do.
They try.
It'll be comparable to wallpaper.
And I think what's it called? Chick-fil-A has a decent breakfast.
It's the same thing as lunch,
but
it's just on a biscuit.
But I'm like, they taxing for that breakfast. It's just like
their breakfast is no different than their lunch. They just give you a biscuit. It's a biscuit or a bun.
Those little chicken biscuit sliders breakfast is good.
Those are nuggets with mini biscuits.
But
like,
it's good.
It's wild. But anyway, before we wrap up, where can people check us out at?
You can watch us on YouTube or listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere Apple available. If you want to connect with us, you have Facebook, Instagram. Hit us up.
No matter where you're listening.
You see how you made it awkward? You're talking about the intro. The outro's awkward.
No matter where you're listening. Don't forget to turn down the bass and turn up the mic.
DJ Khaled chorus.
Goodbye.